Our food supply chain is falling apart, and it's been getting worse fast due to extreme weather, supply disruptions, diseases like avian flu, shortages of farm gear, labor, and fertilizers, along with growing geopolitical tensions and big inflation. This mess threatens the everyday staples we often take for granted, which might soon vanish from stores or get pricier. Today, we're highlighting 10 products that are already scarce or might be soon. Please like this video, subscribe for more updates, and let's dive into the list. Check out the meat section at your local grocery store. Notice how it's much higher in price than back in 2019. The pandemic shut down many meat plants and caused major labor issues, driving up the prices of meat, poultry, and pork by 20% or more. Supply chain problems also hit meat production and distribution hard. Plus, avian flu wiped out huge numbers of egg-laying chickens across many countries, leading to big chicken shortages. Raising cattle takes years, so our meat supply will likely be strained for a while. Milk is a nearly universal staple in American households, with over 90% of families having it in their fridge. So it's a little alarming to know that USA in the middle of a massive milk crisis. With a shortage of grass and grain for cow feed hitting farmers hard last summer, many of them were forced to sell their cows much earlier than normal, which means these cows won't be breeding and therefore producing milk. Wheat and products like bread are getting pricier and scarcer globally due to the Ukraine crisis. Ukraine, often called Europe's breadbasket, can't produce as much top-quality wheat because of the conflict with Russia. Adding to the trouble, countries like India and China have stopped exporting wheat. According to CBS News, flour prices have jumped over 30% since last February. Don't overlook wheat for your stockpile, especially with ongoing geopolitical tensions. Maize and rice are at risk as changing temperatures and unpredictable weather might render current croplands unsuitable, says the UN. Demand for these cereals is expected to increase by 33%, but their production could drop by 51% soon. It's time to start stocking up. Vegetable oils, essential in restaurants and homes and used in everything from pasta to cookies, are facing shortages. This year, palm oil prices soared by 50% and canola oil by 55%. According to Dr. Sylviane Charlebois from Dalhousie University, we often overlook vegetable oil, but it's crucial in many products. The Ukrainian conflict and export bans like Indonesia's are tightening supplies further, creating a perfect storm for shortages. Honey production in the US has dropped 49% over the past 20 years and is becoming increasingly rare. Last winter, beekeepers saw losses up to 45%, with some as high as 90%, according to Leonard Foster from the University of British Columbia. This decline, driven by pesticide use and extreme weather, threatens not just honey but also the crops that rely on bees for pollination, potentially impacting the global food supply. Coffee is under threat as global temperature affects bee populations critical to coffee crop pollination. The National Academy of Sciences warns that without bees, coffee quality and yields suffer dramatically, risking an 88% production loss by decade's end. Wine production could drop 85% in the next 8 years as rise in temperature makes key regions too hot for top-quality grapes, according to Nature Climate Change. Potato, both a staple and a snack, are vanishing globally, with notable shortages at fast food chains in Japan and the UK. The Washington Post reports that American potato supplies could dwindle in 2024, so keep an eye out for shortages here too.